Hello everyone, I am Nikita. Let's start today class with Unit 2 Control and Coordination MYP4. In today's session, we will cover about sense organ, eye and ear, structure and working. Let's start. So in our previous class, we learned about senses, sense and stimulus thing. We know already that stimulus it's a kind of a external change upon which we react. So basically we react and response according to environment. And the organ which able to sense any kind of stimulus called sense organ. We have five major sense organ: eyes, ears, nose, skin, and tongue. Sense organ basically detect environmental changes, the stimulus, and send signals to the brain. We already look about the how mechanism to be established. Like we sense any kind of stimulus sensed by the sensory neuron, sensory neuron sends to brain, then brain interpreted, made decision, sends to motor neuron, and motor neuron finally if sends to effector muscle and organ. This is how a signal transmit from stimulus to response generated. So let's cover in this session the major sense organ: eye, nose, skin, ear, and tongue. So we already know ears sense light. It helps to sight, whereas nose helps to smell any kind of odor, chemical present in the air. The skin able to sense touch, thing, pain, temperature, where the hearing ear able to detect the sound waves and the tongue able to detect different kind of taste like sour, bitter, sweet, salty, etc. Starting from the eye, we know eye it's a major sense organ. Eye is the primary organ for the sense of sight. So basically eye it's a primary organ for sight. We look different variety of color, different kind of shape, entire colorful world through this part, and this is called the eye. So basically eye looks like that. So it's top lid. It consists of eyelash, the lining of a hair, pupil, inter. It is the spherical in shape which control the amount of light inside entering. Now, iris, colorful part of an eye, that is iris. It's a bottom lid, so it's top lid, bottom lid. The outermost transparent covering of an eye is cornea. It's a clear lens. So basically, the next part is sclera, tear gland through which tear is produced, tear is released. Let's start with this image. So this is a side picture, side view of an eye. Eye it's consists of the three main layer: cornea, then the sclera, then retina. So the cornea, it is the outermost layer of an eye. It is transparent as you see in the picture. Conjunctiva, it's the like bulgy portion of the cornea is conjunctiva. Then come on pupil, the internal spherical part of an eye is pupil. Come on the lens, this thing, this is pupil. The lens is like this, and this lens called convex lens. So in nature, two types of lens we have: concave, convex, through which light is focused, but in and human eye. Lens present in the eye is convex lens. The lens is held by some specialized muscle that is called ciliary muscles and suspensory ligaments. Now, dense tissue present in his eye that is called sclera. Come on the retina. Retina is the innermost layer of an eye. Retina contains some photosensitive cells which is called rods and cone cells. Now, on retina, it is a kind of a spot which is rich of cone cells, and that spot called fovea, also called sometimes yellow spot. Now, group of nerve which arise from eye, that is optic nerve. Optic nerve basically carry the light signal sent to the brain. So let's learn in depth. Cornea, it is a transparent outer layer of an eye. It is avascular. Avascular, it means no connection with the blood vessel. Avascular, no blood vessel. Iris control light entry. It is a colored part of an eye. The color of an iris is controlled by genes, so it's a genetic. Pupil entry point for light. So pupil, it's a opening which allow light. Lens, focus light. Which kind of lens is present in human eye? It's a convex. Retina, light sensitive layer of an eye. It is full of photosensitive cells. Optic nerve, group of nerve, or we can say nerves which send signal to brain. Which kind of signal? The visual signal which we collect. Come on the working of an eye. How eye works? So light enter cornea first, passes through pupil, lens focus it onto retina, then it's sensed by photoreceptor cells, converted into signal. Which kind of signal? Electrical signal. So it's electrical, then sends to optic nerve, sends to the brain. Through this image, just understand this is an object apple, an apple image formed on eye retina. Look, but the apple image is inverted. How and why? So as we know, we have convex kind of lens. Convex lens is like this. It's always form real plus inverted images. And inverted images is further erected by the brain. So if I see an apple this, the image created like this, but my optic nerve put to the brain and brain turns into the correct. Which part of the brain control vision thing? That is occipital lobe. Occipital lobe. It's a lobe of cerebrum helpful to collect the visual information, collect the visual data. Let's understand the specialized kind of a cells which is called photoreceptor cells. We have two photoreceptor cells, rods and cones. So basically it's located in the retina of the eye. They are light sensitive, sense light on the base of its rods are rod in shape and cones are cone in shape. Start with the rods. Rods help in dim vision. It helped to give us the black and white vision. Black and white vision. So it's also give its function in dim light, night vision. Do not detect color, but helpful to give us black and white gray shades. It's present in 120 million. Contain a pigment that is called rhodopsin. So just remember like this for roads, we have rhodopsin pigment. Concentrated more on the periphery of retina. Come on the cone cells. Cone cells are cone in appearance. C for cone and C for color. It means Cone cells give us color vision. So, type of photoreceptor in the retina of an eye shaped like a cone concentrated in central part. That part is called fovea. So, this assume this is a retina. We have lots of cone cells plus rod cells like this arrangement. But the intensity of raw cone cells is high at center part, and that part is called fovea region. Sometimes it's called yellow spot and bright spot. Let's learn about some facts related to cones. It helps to give color vision, detect bright light, provide sharp detailed vision, right? Even human eye can detect 10 million of color. Types of cone cells is red sensitive cones, green sensitive cones, blue sensitive cones. So our eye is more sensitive for this color. Quickly identify red, green, blue, right? What is the importance? Allow us to see full spectrum of the color. Function poorly in dim light, but why color fade in dark? Because cone cells only sense color. Come on, the amazing sense organ that is ear. We know we have one pair of ear, and the function of ear is to collect sound wave. We already know about property of the sound. That sound is a kind of a like it's a energy which needs to travel medium. Medium is air. So sounds travel only in medium, and that medium is air. So look, it is external part of the ear, that region called pinnae. Come on in detailed version of the ear. So ear is distinguished into three parts: the outer ear, middle ear, inner ear. Outer ears consist of pinna, and these pinnae helpful to collect sound waves. So sound wave, sound stuck, enter, and the root of the ear that is called the ear canal. This is temporal bone, hold the ear structure. Through this canal, sound wave travel, sound wave hit the thin kind of membrane that is called tympanic membrane, or we say eardrum. So eardrum also called tympanic membrane. It's a soft membrane. Detect sounds. These tiny bones called ear ossicles, malleus, stapes, and the third one's incus. This makes middle ear. Middle ear contain three tiny bones, so it's contain of three kind of tiny bones present in ear that is called ear ossicles, and these ear ossicles called malleus, incus, and stapes. You can easily remember by the trick is miss. M-I-S, miss. M stand for the malleus, I stand for incus, S stand for stapes. These tiny bones are stuck together and produce further wave, and these wave further sensed by inner ear. Inner ear consists of semicircular canal. This thing, these are the semicircular canal. Vestibuli nerve, basically a nerve which is spread in ear, called vestibular nerve or auditory nerve, detect the sound signal. So sound signal converted into electrical signal and sent towards the brain. So brain interpret the sound and store the sound data. This is the spiral thing is cochlea. Come on the structure of the ear, outer, middle ear, and the inner. Outer ear consists of pinna and ear canal. Middle ear consists of eardrum and ossicles, tiny bones which is malleus, incus, stapes. So you can remember by miss. Inner ear, such as cochlea, semicircular canal, auditory nerve, all these three helpful to convert these sound waves into electrical waves or electrical signal, further send it to brain and brain able to interpret and react. How ear works? So sound enters through ear canal, then eardrum vibrates, ossicles amplify these vibration, then sends the signal towards cochlea. Cochlea convert the signal into the electrical one, and the auditory nerve sends to the brain. Now come on the quiz. Which of these is not a sense organ? So eye is a sense organ, ear is a sense organ, nose is a sense organ. Brain is not a sense organ, it's a controlling, coordinating organ. So brain explanation, the brain is an organ but not a sense organ. Which part of the eye focus light? Which part? Basically lens, we know which kind of lens we have, convex. So it's lens, the lens focus light onto the retina. Which part sends the visual message to brain? Optic nerve. For optic, it's used for basically eye. So it's optic nerve. Optic nerve transmit visual signal to the brain. Which part contain the cochlea? Cochlea, it's a part of inner ear as we just discussed. Inner ear, cochlea is parts of inner ear. Which part of the ear converts sound into nerve impulses? So pick one. Which one is pinnae, ossicles, cochlea, eardrum? Which is helpful in this cochlea? Cochlea convert these vibration. Basically, inner ear play a vital role for conversion of sound signal into electrical signal. Thank you. This is the end for today. In next upcoming session, we will look some another new topic. Take care. Meet you again.